අපි රටක් හැටියට මුහුණ දී සිටින්නේ ඉතිහාසයේ විශාලතම
As a nation, we are facing the largest and most challenging natural disaster in our history. What we are undertaking is also the most difficult rescue operation we have ever seen. This is the first time our entire country has been struck by such a catastrophic disaster. With the entire nation affected, this is a highly complex challenge that we must confront together. Our small island has been shaken by this merciless disaster. If it were possible to give life back to those who perished, we would do so definitely without hesitation. On behalf of the families of all those who have lost their lives, we extend our heartfelt sympathy. We also warmly embrace the arms of everyone who stepped forward to comfort the affected and to support the recovery effort in the wake of this calamity. Looking ahead, we must face the immense task of reconstruction and recovery. The scale of destruction is severe and it will take concerted effort from all of us to rebuild. Our first priority is to save all lives and provide immediate relief to those impacted by the disaster. The armed forces and the police have performed heroic acts, risking their lives without hesitation. We should take pride in their efforts and as a nation, we must honor them. We are also deeply grateful for the assistance provided to us by our neighboring and friendly countries. Helicopters and relief teams have already been deployed, offering their support and solidarity. We sincerely appreciate this help on behalf of our people. At the outset, certain bureaucratic procedures delayed the distribution of relief to those in need. However, we have now streamlined these processes. Additionally, financial constraints previously faced by officials have now been relaxed. For example, divisional secretaries now have the authority to spend up to 50 million rupees directly for emergency purposes. This expands the legal and operational capacity needed to implement relief measures effectively. 30 billion rupees set aside from previous budgetary allocations can be expended without parliamentary approval. These funds have been specifically designated for this purpose. Should the allocations in the 2025 budget prove insufficient, we will take necessary action through the supplementary estimates and powers vested in Parliament to secure additional provisions. A significant portion of our infrastructure and services have been destroyed. We have already implemented operational efforts across every sector to rapidly restore essential services and infrastructure. I am confident that within a very short period of time, we will be able to restore these vital services. This challenge came at a time while our nation was striving to advance and develop in a systematic and methodical manner. To restore these sectors swiftly, we will require a well-coordinated and rapid response plan. To that end, emergency laws have been enacted to provide the legal and financial safeguards necessary for efficient reconstruction. I assure to every citizen that these emergency powers will only be used for their intended purposes and that they will never be abused. We are in the process of setting up a fund to gather the necessary resources for the reconstruction effort. A joint management committee has been established comprising representatives of the private sector, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Finance and the Presidential Secretariat to oversee the fund. We are confident that we can mobilize a substantial amount of resources to rebuild our country. We are working closely with our international allies to secure their assistance and to engage with international organizations to obtain additional support. Additionally, we are reaching out to our domestic business leaders and industrialists to contribute to the effort. Notably, Sri Lankan citizens living abroad are also working with great dedication and enthusiasm to provide support. It is crucial that we establish a strong fund to facilitate the country's recovery from this disaster. We have already put in place the necessary measures to mobilize and manage this fund effectively. We have requested all relevant entities to submit detailed plans for the restoration of their respective sectors. The Department of Irrigation was asked to submit information on the damage sustained by irrigation systems under its authority, along with the funds needed for its restoration. Similarly, the Minister of Agriculture was asked to submit information on the destruction caused to the agricultural sector and the funds required to rebuild it. We are compiling these requirements across all sectors. I kindly ask you to submit your plans for the reconstruction of your respective sectors along with the necessary provisions as soon as possible. At this crucial and challenging moment, let us set aside our political differences for the greater good of our country. There will be ample time for political discourse and debate later, but right now, we must focus on facing this disaster together. After the country has rebuilt itself, we will have the opportunity to engage in political discussions. Let us unite to rebuild our nation.
Meanwhile, a discussion with private sector representatives was held at the Presidential Secretariat, chaired by the President yesterday to review the country's recovery efforts. The discussion focused on the prevailing situation and the extensive infrastructure damage that requires major reconstruction. Meanwhile, the government has initiated talks with the World Bank to prepare an assessment report on the damage and reconstruction needs of the affected areas. Accordingly, the government has requested the World Bank to prepare a global rapid post-disaster damage estimation report as soon as possible. The government expects this global rapid post-disaster damage estimation report to be submitted within 2 weeks.